All right, everyone. Welcome to Fitness Over 40. I'm your host, Frank Nash. I appreciate you coming on this journey with me. So, first off, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. I know everyone's Saturday morning. We have a lot of crap going on. So, I just want to steal 5, 6, 7 minutes of your time to go over what basically the curriculum is going to be for our family going forward over 40. I just want to start by starting off with why. Why do we create this group? Those of you who know me know that I've been teaching fitness for over 25 years now. And even since my early inception or baptism into the fitness industry, my demographic of training clients has always been folks over 40, mostly women over 40. So it's always been a niche of mine in our club. And to be honest, now that myself, I'm over 40, I'm 45 now, anecdotally, I understand the difference. Now, I always understood it on, the textbook level, but now actually going through it, things do hit a little bit different. So why? Number one, fitness over 40 definitely has its unique challenges when it comes to getting in shape and staying in shape. Number one is our metabolism does change. You can't eat like you did when you were 20. You can't exercise like you did when you were 20 and expect to see the same results. For all of us, there is this interesting phenomenon that hits all of us. Right around 35, it is called sarcopenia. Look it up. It is the negative effect of muscle loss due to age. When I say muscle loss, natural muscle loss due to age. So from 35 to the end of our days, we slowly, naturally start to lose that lean body mass, that fat burning machinery. It's natural. And this is a whole nother topic. Human beings were not designed to live that long, but because of our Western culture and modern medicine and our abundance of society, hell, they'll keep you alive to 120. So, because of that, we've all cheated death. And again, with the inception of penicillin, we can fight up disease. We're going to live for a long time. It is unnatural. So, we're fighting nature by doing the unnatural. So, negative muscle loss or sarcopenia due to age is completely normal. I'm going to give you a little visual of the end game of sarcopenia. I want you to take a walk through a nursing home and just look around. That is the end game of sarcopenia. No one's in a nursing home looking like Captain America. Over time, we tend to lose muscle, and dwindle away. Now, that doesn't have to happen. There are things that we can do today to slow that down and to stave that off as long as we possibly can. So, metabolism definitely is a factor when it comes to getting fit over 40. Number two, our hormones change. And again, we cheated death. So right around the age of 35, 40, 45, things like estrogen levels, testosterone levels, human growth hormone, they all start to drop for the same reasons I just gave you with sarcopenia. That will negatively affect us getting in the shape we want to be in and staying in the shape we want to be in. Things like our joint health, that's going to be a problem. When I was 17 playing high school football at Burncoat, if I sprained my ankle during practice as I'm falling and I hit the ground, I'm healed. If I sprain my ankle today, you might as well just dig a hole, stuff me in it, and cover me with dirt because I'm done. I'm over with. So the wear and tear over a lifetime of exercise, movement, or even a lack of movement is going to take its toll on you cumulatively as we start to get a little longer in the tooth, right around the age of 40. Lifestyle demands is a huge challenge to getting fit and staying fit if and around 40, over 40. I mean, again, when I was 17, 18, all the way through like 25, I had no layers. There was no family. There were no family commitments. There was no financial commitments. I could do whatever I want. I had all the time in the world. Now it kind of feels like you're drowning sometimes and you barely have enough time for yourself. I think everyone knows that fitness is important, but with all these lifestyle commitments that we have, By the time we get down to the nitty gritty and the importance of taking care of ourselves, we're smoked and we end up not doing it. So that's a whole nother challenge in itself. And another thing that I don't think a lot of people talk about is when you get to around 40, 40 plus, there are challenges with nutritional sensitivity. There are foods that you aren't going to react well to the older you get. You may be super sensitive to carbohydrates. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I would have members tell me, Frank, I can't eat carbohydrates. I blow up. This is true for some people. You may have a nutritional sensitivity, and these things change the older we get, and we become more sensitive. We become resistant to certain types of foods, and we become more adverse to others. So these are all the reasons why we're doing this as a community, and why I decided to start this group is because there is a very unique challenge to fitness over 40, besides me telling you to, hey, go work out, eat a little healthier, enjoy yourself. It's not going to work as long as if we don't factor in all these other things in our life that could derail us. So with that, I came up with the 40 plus pyramid for success. A lot of these things are going to be aha moments for you. Some of them are just going to be things that you already know. Now, the reason I put this together in this fashion is because it's a very simple, easy thing that I hope that you guys and myself can work towards and use this as a curriculum going forward. But also, it's a very simple way, I believe, for all of us to truly understand what's going on. And if there are any portions of this pyramid where we may have deficits, let's work on it together. And again, you can reach out to me anytime, anywhere. So without further ado, here is the unveiling of the 40 plus pyramid. Boom. Here we go. All right. Let's start at the very bottom. The base, the foundation really is our mindset. So mindset, when it comes to fitness, especially the older we get, it becomes even more important because everything can derail us. So when it comes to our mindset, we have a couple different options here. I've always said the toughest muscle to train, no, it's not a muscle, is the one right between the ears. We can either pity ourselves or we can have a mindset of growth. Now, pity yourself is saying, I've tried fitness in the past. It's never worked. It's never going to work again. Or you can have a growth mindset, which is, you know what? I'm going to do my best and I'm going to yield the results from what little more I'm doing. So we have to expect results to see results. If you go in to a game as an athlete already expecting to lose, what are the chances of you winning? Not very high. So it is okay to push the pity to the side and have a mindset of growth. You can do this. Anybody can do this. The second thing with mindset is going to be progress, not perfection. If you were a 22-year-old football player at Ohio State, that's your job. You know, training is your job for football. You, me, Joe Schmoes, there's too many factors that can derail us and will derail us temporarily, not forever. So you're never going to be perfect. You're not going to believe this. Uncle Frank isn't perfect. I have pizza occasionally. I enjoy a cocktail myself, but we're looking just to have progress over time and make better choices. And the more we perform these better habits, the more they start to solidify into a habit that hopefully you and I can keep for a long time. I'm not going to tell anyone you can never have a slice of pizza ever again. I'm never going to tell anyone that if your family member is getting married, you can't have a glass of champagne. These are things that we are going to budget into our lives together. Also, when it comes to mindset, there is a thing called of self-identity. When we're talking about self-identity, if you have been heavy or out of shape or struggling your entire life, we got to change who you self-identify as You're not a person who's out of shape. You're not a person who can't get in shape. You now are a person who gets to work out. You are now a person who is going to be healthier and happier. So when you think of yourself, you have to start thinking of yourself in a better light and not who that older person was, because we can create a new identity. And the new identity is someone who is not perfect, who is just looking to improve. When it comes to your mindset, also, we want to really manage in our head, not what we can't do. Frank, my knee hurts. I can't work out. Not, I hate working out. I have to go to the gym. That's not the correct mindset. The new mindset that we're looking to create is going to be, again, that mindset of growth where we say to each other, you know what? I'm lucky enough that I can work out today. Hell, I'm lucky that I woke up this morning. I'm lucky enough that I do have a strong, healthy family around me to support me. I'm lucky enough that I can have the ability to make choices on healthier foods. So again, we're going to push that mindset of pity aside, gravitate more towards the mindset of opportunity and growth. But it all starts here with the mindset. To wrap up mindset, if we go in with the mindset of failure, this sucks, I've tried it before, it's not going to work, it's not going to work. And this is going to work this time. Hopefully not just for a short period, but for a lifetime of health and fitness. So that's the foundation, the mindset. And again, that's going to be a whole course we're going to talk about. Number 2, non-fitness activities. These are things outside of just general exercise and nutrition that I think most people just take for granted. But if you look at the foundation of mindset, again, I'm going to consider that number 1. Number 2 is going to be these non-fitness activities, these NFAs that most people don't even consider, and they'll think of them as not important. I think of them I do think of them as more important than, let's just say, nutrition, exercise, and your supplements. So what are non-fitness activities that I want everyone to get better at? And it's going to be a whole course on itself. Number 1 is sleep. Sleep is so important. I'll give you just a simple example. If I told you to stick to eating healthier foods, working out 3-4 times a week, we all know that's probably something we should do. If you're not sleeping, if you never recover, you will not have the bandwidth or energy to do any of that. It's just not going to happen. We all know when we're trying a healthier nutritional plan, it takes a lot of bandwidth. It's not easy. That decision making is not easy when you want something that's not the best for you or for us. So those decisions that we have to make on healthier foods, going to the gym, challenging ourselves during a workout are almost impossible in the absence of sleep. And again, this is something that we're going to talk about going forward. Number 2, steps. The average American in the 1980s got over 10,000 steps per day. As of 2025, the average American gets roughly 3,000 or less. And that's not even your fault. Everything in our life is meant to make our lives easier these days. Again, our abundance of society. We all sit on our booties and we don't move as much as we should. There are a lot of stay-at-home remote jobs, and whether it's commuting back and forth from work, there aren't many active things that we do anymore. And I would even argue, even if you work out 3 to 4 times a week in a gym, we're probably still not getting the appropriate amount of steps or activity we should get. By the way, that's working out 3 or 4 times a week is great, but 3,000 steps is not good enough. When we factor in how many calories a day we burn, we all start with, well, I work out, maybe 1 hour a day, a couple times a week. Then we factor in, well, here's my basal metabolic rate, how many calories I burn at rest. Believe it or not, that is the smallest amount of calories that we burn per day. The activity that we get from walking back and forth, though that non-exercise activity, That makes up for the most amount of calorie burn. So we just don't move a lot. And we are looking to solve for those steps. I would be happy if everyone could get roughly 7,000 steps a day. That's including your workout days. Hydration. Everyone says, I drink enough water. Do you? I don't know. The magic number is half your body weight in ounces every single day. Next thing we have is regular checkups. When it comes to your non-fitness activities and our health, especially the older we get, having regular checkups with your, believe it or not, your doctor, blood work, your dentist, ear, eye, and nose specialist. These are all super important. These things will, if gone unchecked, will, number one, sickness could rear its ugly head. It's going to derail any fitness program that you're doing. But when it comes to the blood work, we'll talk about that for a second. There are some unique challenges that happen when you get to our age. Testosterone, estrogen, human growth hormone starts to drop. It affects everyone differently. Now, with that, could you still be in phenomenal shape with all those levels dropping? Of course you could. You could be in the best shape of your life. It affects everyone differently. Again, with me, in my demographic, and most of the people I work with being women over 40, once you hit that perimenopausal, menopausal phase, once your body stops menstruating and producing those certain amount of levels of hormones, it's basically telling your body, hey, I'm done. We don't need to do this anymore. You may have cold sweats. You may have severe headaches. You may experience a lack of sleep. If all of those things are happening, it is going to be impossible for us to adhere to an exercise and nutrition program. Impossible. So getting your blood work done, talking to a specialist, there are some strategies that you can do that we're going to help you with. We're going to have experts on this in this community as well too, who specialize in hormone replacement therapy. It's not for everybody. It may be for you. And this one kind of encompasses the foundation when it comes to the non-fitness activities. Guys, mindset is important. And when I say mindset, I'm not talking about sitting on a mountain Indian style, praying to Buddha that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is get some hobbies, do some things that you like, that you enjoy, surround yourself with great people who also share in the things that you like to share in. So mindset, non-fitness activities, that's the foundation, people. If we can tune those in, everything else is going to be easy. Up the pyramid, we have nutrition next. When it comes to nutrition, again, if the foundation isn't secure, we're going to have a really hard time adhering to good nutrition. Now, I love teaching nutrition because nutrition is, everyone knows what good nutrition is. So fruits, vegetables, lean meats, stay hydrated, do that most of the time, you're going to succeed. So that's just the tip of the spear. Okay. Now, if you see me looking over, it's because I'm letting people in. So when it comes to the tip of the spear of eating healthier, fruits, vegetables, lean meats consistently, staying away from processed type foods, you're going to succeed long-term. Now, if your goal is body fat loss, clearly we're going to have to get you into a caloric deficit. Now, the caloric deficit is a unique thing because your calories can't be too low. If your calories are too low, your need for energy goes sky high and you are going to be starving all the time. Dieting is going to be almost impossible. So we have to find a balance where our calories are low enough where your body is screaming for more energy and you're not going to give it to it orally. And when it needs more energy, it is going to get it from the stored energy, which is body fat. Now, I wish it was just about healthy food and calories. It's the type of calories do matter. We're not going to go into micronutrients at the moment. We'll do that later. But we're going to talk briefly about macronutrients. We got proteins, we got carbs, we got fats, and I'll even throw alcohol in there. Actually, I'm not even going to talk about alcohol. It's a party calorie. So protein and carbs and fats, you need them all. Everyone can have these things. You need them all. Carbs give you energy. It also spares protein. Protein is the only macronutrient which builds, repairs muscle. It does give your body energy in the absence of carbohydrates. I wouldn't recommend that. But protein, we'll stop there for a second. Protein is king. Let me tell you how important protein is. If I told you, hey, Aaron, don't eat another carbohydrate the rest of your life, you'll be fine. It won't be fun. You'd be boring, but you'll be all right. If I told any of us to never eat another gram of protein ever again, you will die. That's how important protein was. Now, early on, I talked about that interesting phenomenon called sarcopenia. Protein is one of the magic tools which can help stave off that negative effect of natural muscle loss, chronological muscle loss due to age. Again, sarcopenia. Protein is something that can help stave that off, but not by itself. Fat. Fat is another form. And when I say fat, let's use the word lipids or dietary fat, because fat, people think of body fat, not the same thing. Body fat, my friends, is a result of excess calories your body just stores for later. So when it comes to the lipids or the dietary fat, it has almost double the amount of calories of a protein and carbs. So it does add up really fast. And it's responsible for helping with energy. It also is responsible for transporting nutrients through your body as well, too. It aids in vitamin absorption. So you need all those things, but we're going to help you find the correct ratio for you. And yes, there are good and better carbs. There are better and worse proteins, and we're going to dive into that. But nutrition is very important. If you ever find yourself, wherever it is, whenever it is, you're having a really hard time losing body fat, chances are our intake, our calories aren't where they should be. And it's not because you're doing it on purpose. It might be a result of inaccurately recording our calories. Calories do sneak up. It could be a product of maybe our mindset and our NFAs, our non-fitness activities not being in check, and just dieting right now is an absolutely nightmare. And I don't have the juice, Frank. So that's where nutrition comes in. Next one, exercise. And when I say exercise, again, you're talking to a coach here, you're talking to a trainer. There is no better exercise program for anyone over 40, especially women over 40 who are maybe premenopausal, menopausal, or anyone, a guy included, who's looking to stave off sarcopenia as long as we can, or anyone who wants to lose body fat, gain strength, look better, feel better, then strength training. You got to lift weights. Now, saying that, I like any form of exercise. I have told this story before. Exercise is like kryptonite to my parents. They hate it. I would rather them do anything. I don't care if it's Zumba, yoga, Pilates, spin, going for a walk, going for a jog. It doesn't matter to me. Movement is medicine. But in the hierarchy of exercise choices, over 40, you got to lift. If you had 3 hours of exercise budgeted in your schedule, it better be lifting weights. If you have 4 and you want to do something different, you want to go play pickleball on the 4th day. Sorry, but make sure you get those 2 to 3 strength training in minimum. Now, why strength training? Strength training is the stimulus that tells your body, I need all of this armor, all of this fat burning machinery for survival purposes. Remember, when you're doing a bicep curl or you're doing a push-up, your body has no idea what you're doing. As far as your body knows, you are in the forest running to get away from a bear, and you just climbed a tree to escape. Think of this. You're climbing a tree, the bear's swiping at your leg, you're working your biceps, you're working your lats, you're working your core. You climb to the top of the tree, you look down, the bear's looking up at you, the bear gets disinterested, and the bear runs away and says, screw this. Now you are at the top of the tree, you're huffing, you're puffing, your muscles are sore, and your body tells you, you know what? We can't let that happen again. That was way too close. All of that lean body mass, that fat burning machinery, that muscle money We need that to get away from that bear quicker, faster, and more efficient next time. So that stimulus of survival coupled with adequate amounts of protein, the material which will build and repair the muscle, is the optimal recipe for cosmetic body change, muscle growth, and fat loss. That's what we're looking for right there. It really is that simple. Now, if you throw in a caloric deficit, your body will keep all that fat burning machinery and you'll just lose the fat. In the presence of a surplus with lots of protein, you'll gain some muscle depending on your hormonal levels. So that is exercise right there. Next up, we have supplements. I could spend a year talking about this. Food first, supplement if and where we are deficient. There's only one mandatory supplement on the planet I think everyone should take, and that's a simple multivitamin and mineral formula. I suggest that for every single person. It's basically an insurance policy, making sure you're getting all of your vitamins and minerals. Now, most people, especially if you happen to be here in New England where I am, those of you watching who may be in San Diego, Texas, or a tropical place, you may not need vitamin D. But for me, those of us in New England, humans aren't designed to be inside as much as we are. But we are. Abundance of society. Also, in the wintertime, it's darker, it's colder, and we're getting less sunlight. Now, if I said, hey, everyone on this call, we're going to all move to Florida and we're going to work on an orange plantation. Now, if we worked on that orange plantation, do you think we would need vitamin D? Probably not. So that's kind of where supplements fit in. I do recommend, to make everyone's life easier, that when it comes to our protein intake, everyone should budget one protein shake a day, unless the days where you may go to a barbecue, or my friend Angelo and Angela have a restaurant called The Coop. It's amazing. If you and I ate our body weight in meat that day, we don't need a protein supplement. Food first, supplement if and where we need. It's just a way to make your life easier. The last thing we have, which though it's the tip of the spear, it is the top of the pyramid, it is not the least important, it is community. And when it comes to getting anything you want in life, you could do it by yourself. Hell, you could even hire a coach. But if you hired a coach and you are a part of a community of like-minded people, a team, you're going to be unstoppable. That's why I created this group. I want all of us to share and talk as much as we possibly can. Sharing is caring. The more we are in this together, the more every single person is going to win. And that's why I'm going to ask those of you again, if you're in the Worcester area or in Massachusetts, yeah, sure, I want you a part of this group. But if you know anybody within this state or outside of the state that can benefit from this group, please let them know, send them an invite. The more, the merrier. Now, when you look at this pyramid, you're really looking at 6 courses in our curriculum, which we are going to talk about all the time. First up on the menu is going to be mindset, which you will get an invite to, and I'm going to leave these videos up so we all can thrive. Now, what I would love to do now is, if you're open to it, I would like to leave it open for questions. And if you have questions, let me know. If not, I'm going to leave you with this. Fitness, it's not a day-to-day chore. It's not a week-to-week task. It's not a month-to-month endeavor. Fitness, especially over 40, really is a lifelong journey. Now that we're here, that we all aim to improve upon year after year. So I'm going to give this another minute. If you have any questions, please jump on, ask. But if not, you can drop off, and please keep contributing and keep being awesome. I'm so excited to share this with you in this journey together.